when you only have a few major players in the game, like a Lyft and an Uber, it's very difficult. It's not going to be owned by all of these monster players anymore. You have anybody being able to come to the game and say, hey, I'm going to put my car in the system or my vehicle on the system.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Simulation. Today, we are featuring Joe Lapardo. Yeah. So, for those that don't know, Joe is the co-founder of DAV Foundation, which is a blockchain-based transportation company. The partner that you started DAV Foundation with, you met him on LinkedIn. You linked up. You thought it was a good.
I met Noam essentially on LinkedIn.
Noam.
Yeah, no. I met him on LinkedIn, and he was interested in hearing my background because my background is also on like brand marketing, content marketing. So he's picking my brain, and then I just have like a pay-it-forward mentality. So let me see if I could find you some freelancers, let me give you some feedback on the white paper, let me give you some feedback on the website, which wasn't yet live at the time. And then we did like a video chat. Then he wound up being in San Francisco for an event a few weeks later, I believe, and we met and sort of clicked, and you know when you can tell someone's a good person, right? And then he asked me to come on board. So that's sort of, we were rolling from there. What really got me totally hooked was one of the big things I do is in the Bay Area, go out and build relationships with soon-to-be advisors. So we've brought on like the former CTO of General Motors, executives from SAP, from Ford, from UPS. So I was going out and I was meeting those people, and these people who have been in the industry for 10, 20, 30 years were super excited about the idea. So that got me really jabbed up about it and being like, wow, this is something really interesting. The more I spoke to people that were industry experts, the more I realized like, wow, this is going to be a tremendous impact.
Like, what is DAV Foundation's like main vibe? Like, what do you got?
Yeah. So what we're focused on is building the underlying sort of transportation infrastructure, a protocol that connects vehicles, robotics, drones, users, service providers. Today, what that looks like is a decentralized model. So taking the middleman, taking these corporations out of the picture and having it be more peer-to-peer. And then in the future, once the adoption takes place, more of an autonomous model. Being able to order a drone to take a cup of coffee or a pizza to my girlfriend across the city, right? Along the way, it has to stop maybe once or twice to be charged. It maybe sends out a sense to the different charging stations, and then the charging stations will go ahead and be able to bid autonomously, if we're talking about the autonomy model, right? And then based off that, it decides, okay, this is of the closest path, and this is sort of the communication protocol playing in, right? And then it would go to there, land in the charging station, charge for as long as it would, and all these transactions are happening in the DAV token which we've created. So this isn't fiat currency. This is all running through the blockchain, so it's the DAV token, which essentially is a token that we've created.
Okay, so this is using the DAV token?
Correct, which is essentially like a transportation token.
Where would the middleman percentage be out of that equation? And then how would you or I be able to keep that percentage?
So me, Joe, I want to send you coconut water or whatever it may be. It doesn't go from me to intermediary, then to you.
Yeah.
It goes directly from me to you and riding the blockchain along the way. So if that intermediary was charging a 10, 15, 25% fee on top of it, that's where it comes in. The same goes for ride sharing, right? You have Uber right now charging, I think it's like, let's say 20 or 25% on, from all of their drivers. So if you're able to also, just even in the short term, decentralize ride sharing, you put more money in the driver's pocket, and you also make it a cheaper product for the users as well.
Exactly.
So what we're looking to create and what we're creating is a peer-to-peer system that just connects those people together.
So ideally then the 25% fee will just go down to maybe 2% or something like that.
The thing is, well, here's the thing though. It opens it up to a tremendous amount of more players. So when you only have a few major players in the game, like a Lyft and an Uber, it's very difficult. But we're making the application extremely easy for anybody to come on. So if I have 30 cars that are sitting here, I can go ahead and undercut everybody and then drive the entire market price down. So it's all peer-to-peer. I mean, the goal is essentially, right, if I have a drone, or years from now I have a self-driving car, that can become a passive income source for me. I can hook it onto the network, and then all of a sudden, my car can be out delivering people and passengers or goods for the next 7 days. When it needs to be charged, it's notified, it finds a charging station. When it needs to get air in the tire, it goes and gets air in the tire. So people could even create applications that is just sort of like a connection, right? So I can go in and actually I'm looking for a car, enter that system, and then it would go ahead and connect me to those people, and then people can link into that as well. And that's the protocol we're building, right? The communication, the transaction, the discovery. It's not going to be owned by all of these monster players anymore. You have anybody being able to come to the game and say, hey, I'm going to put my car on the system, or my vehicle on the system.
Who would be incentivized to make that app infrastructure if there's no developers getting paid and designers getting paid to make that, if I'm paying you directly through a smart contract and stuff?
Like, we're a nonprofit, right? So we're focused on building the underlying infrastructure. We're an infrastructure play, a protocol play, and we want companies to come in and build on top of us. So one example right now is something we've built as an example, something called the Missions app. So that's where I can, order a drone, have that drone come to me, pick up something, and then it will be able to then, deliver it to you, as mentioned before, along the way, be able to stop at a charging stations, things like that. So there's of course going to be ways for companies to monetize. We have a bunch of different partners in something called the DAV Alliance, which essentially is like different brands that are looking to further transportation, buying into our protocol. But it's also people who are actually building these vehicles, right? Whether they be drones or rovers or cars or trucks. And that's also why we want to bring on, stellar advisors from your likes of, your GMs and your Fords, and we're in conversation with other auto manufacturers as well to actually deliver or build those vehicles, which we could then integrate our protocol into.
Joe Lepardo.
Thank you, sir.
What a pleasure.
Pleasure.
This has been super fun. I really appreciate it.